Hey guys, just wanted to do a quick modding for a mid-game account kind of guide. This is just going to go over how I do slicing on my mid-game account. I have a filter that's set up here that basically just filters out all of my 6-dot mods that are on the account and sort them by the highest speed. And as you can tell on here, there's quite a few mods that could use some slicing. The threshold I kind of look at is the minimum hit of speed, since that's the primary stat I want to go for, is at least 3, and at 15. As you can see up here, there's a couple of them that are like 4 and 16. I wouldn't touch this just because it only has one more potential hit. The speed only bringing it up to a maximum of 22 if it does hit 6 speed. So I've taken some time, gather up a bunch of slicing mats, and we're just going to go through some quick slices here, kind of show you. I like to go at the higher ones. We can look at something like Mara Jade, who primarily just cares about speed. And this is already a fantastic mod for her at 22 speed. And it's only green, so we'll take a couple hits of this, and hopefully we get speed. Well, there you go. 2 hits, and now I have a 27 speed mod for Mara Jade, which is just fantastic for her. And then off to the next one is just, looking at Phalanx, just got Jar Jar unlocked. The whole Gungans are at Relic 8, so, I look at this and I'm like, okay, do I need him to be a little bit faster? He can do some speed. His other mods aren't the fastest, so we'll take a hit of this and see. Defense isn't bad. We'll do another hit to see if we hit speed, and we don't. So usually in this case, you can gold mods, but I am very cautious with my material, specifically because of these. These thermal units are such a pain to get. Um, so once I hit purple, I kind of just stop there unless it's a mod that's worthy of it. So then we go into calibrating. Um, if you don't know what calibration is, just they take these special little micro attenuators that you get from mod farmings, and you use them as a different type of currency to just reroll one stat and hope you get one of these other ones. Um, and so in this case, Phalanx, I want him to have protection, health, and speed. I don't care too much about defense, just because of how the team works and the shield generator. So we'll calibrate defense and we'll see what we get. So I get some flat protection. Um, it's not the worst. Um, but since we're trying to calibrate this one more time, I'm just going to discard because I just want to roll off the defense, and hopefully we get speed. And we do. All right, let's see if it's a good hit. And that is fantastic. That is a 6 hit right there. So that's another 27 speed mod for the account. Now, essentially, the goal that I look for on my mid-game accounts are really fast mods that you saw there, and offense. Offense is a fantastic stat to have for a lot of teams. Pretty much every team's going to have at least 1 to 2 attackers, and those individuals want as much offense as possible. So let's go through here and find some good mods we can slice up. We'll look for some. I'll make this a little bit easier and go down here and we'll just search for some blues, greens, and grays at 6 dot and see what kind of offense we have. There's a lot of good mods on here that I could hit right now, but I just wanted to do a couple of speed mods and then a couple of offense mods. We'll just make this easier and look for offense secondary, offense percent secondary as well. Let's see if we can get some good ones. Now, as you can see on here, there's, especially when you look at offense percent secondaries, there's only a handful of them that are looking really good. Whenever you use like hot utils or any of those other bots that go through your mods, the milestones that it tracks for you are 20 and 25 speed mods, which is what you care about, and 4 and 6% substat mods. So we'll take a look at this mod right here. This is a fantastic offense mod. We have some speed on here. We can always use some more speed. Flat offense that's really high rolls and pretty good rolls on offense. So we'll take this up one and see where it goes. And just like that, we broke the threshold, and now we have another 4% mod. It's rolled up decently well since 5.1%. Could easily just gold this mod once I find a more permanent home for it, but this overall is a fantastic mod. Take a look at this mod as well. It's a little bit on the slower side, but there's definite use cases for a health set triangle with health primary, health sub, speed, offense, and protection. So we'll take at least one hit on this and see if we can get 4%. We got health. We'll go ahead and just skip on this for now since I have other priority mods I want to take up. But since we have a good amount of calibration mats, why don't we just slice off the flat health and see. So we got speed. Let's see if it's a good hit of speed because I don't care about that flat health. And we got 4 speed, so not too bad. Makes the mod a little bit easier to move across individuals. And then lastly, we'll look at one of these mods. This one's pretty decent. Again, health. A little bit on the slow speed side, but has good offense, so we'll just take a hit of it and see. So we got a hit of speed, that's pretty good. Still on the slow side for speed overall, but 26% average. We'll take another hit of NC, and there we go. Now we have another 4% mod. Now before we get to slicing, you might also want to look at some of the 5A mods or your 5.gold mods to see what are potentials to even bring up for slicing. And depending on what you're trying to mod for, you have a lot of potentials on here. You might be asking yourself, well, hey, look, you have 27 speed 5. Why don't you bring it and you have 28 speed? There's, especially at the mid-game account that I have, there's going to be teams that you're going to have where not everyone's at relic level or not even at gear 12 to be able to put on 6. Mods. A prime example for me is Zori. Zori is, I think, like gear 10 or gear 9, so she can only equip 5. Mods. So it's nice to have high natural roll speed mods for instances like that where people like Zori or whomever else you have on that team that you need to be fast that's not at gear 12 to put on the mods that it just gives them the ability to have high speed mods as well. So looking on here, there's some good potentials to bring up. Some of them you might be like, oh well, let's just bring them up, like this protection mod right here. This one's crap. I would not bring this up. It's very fast for sure. I can definitely use it on some people, but I would never bring it up. It's just because these substats are absolutely terrible for a mid-game account. Now, if you're early on, yeah, maybe, but even with this one, I wouldn't. So another thing you could do to kind of make your mod search quicker is when you're looking for a certain substance like speed and offense, for example. Like I want to bring up mods that have speed and offense percent substats. Um, make sure the slice count for speed is at least 3, and I always put it at about 60%. That should give you very close to 15 speed, at least at 3 hits. And then for offense, um, what I do, my process of doing this is I'll go to 80%, filter the mods. And what this does is my average slice quality for offense percent is 80% or above. So look at this mod on Scout. Um, it's a defense set, which is not that big of a deal. We can always put this on some people. Uh, but when looking at this, yes, it meets my speed threshold, it meets my offense threshold, but unfortunately, it's, you know, from where I am at my account, I would rather have these hits on health on offense before bringing this up. I'm not saying I won't later on down the road if I need the mod, but for where I'm at right now, I'm just going to pass. We'll just go back down here and bring it down to 60%. And so that's at least 1 hit at 60%. And we can look at something like this. This came up. This mod is actually really good to bring up. Well, you know, it's a health set, which is not that big of a deal. You know, it can be an offset for one of your guys. 36% crit damage. Crit damage triangles are very hard to come by, and it comes with flat offense, percent offense, really good speed, defense. I don't care about. I can calibrate that later. So we'll bring this mod up. This mod is fantastic for all sorts of attackers. It's going to hit the speed threshold we want at 3 at 15, because when you go up to 6E, like here, you get all the stats boosted up. So look at that. We already have high crit damage, triangle that we're looking for a lot of characters. This is just, you'll never have enough of these. 15 speed, almost 3% offense. So let's take this up. More flat offense, that's perfectly fine. We can work with that. Boom, look at that. We got another 4% mod. But this mod is so good, I'm just going to bring it up another. We'll see what we get. Flat offense, very low hit. I'm not very happy with that, but where this mod is at right now, we'll take a look at calibrating a couple times. Don't care about defense, so let's roll that. Oh, look at that. Percent offense. Oh, so close to 6% mod. We'll keep the change. Bring this up. And in this instance, you know, I look at mods like this and I'm like, okay, this is a gold mod eligible for sure. Has really high offense, really good speed, and flat offense. So we'll bring it up as an example. And we get another 6%. Almost 8%. That is fantastic. And if I wanted to, we can go over here and, you know, we can calibrate some of this flat offense off. Now that the percent offense is full, we have a 33% chance, because we can only hit itself, speed, or defense to get speed. So we'll go ahead and hit this, see what we get, and we just get flat offense. And it's worse. So you just discard. But as you can tell, this is going to be a great mod for all sorts of characters in the roster. Alright guys, that wraps up the mod slicing for mid-game accounts. Kind of walk through my mindset behind slicing and what to choose, what's eligible, when to give up on them, as well as what 5A mods that are candidates to bring up to 6-dot and slicing as well. I don't see a lot of content creators out there kind of showing their roster and showing what, you know, live slicing like this. So I hope this helps someone out there, and I will see you guys on Friday for an update on the new player experience free-to-play account that I've created. Now, if you guys have any questions, comments, put them down below. Tell me how I'm doing. Tell me what you want me to improve upon. and I'll see you guys next time.